So let's cut to the chase. Is it really that useful if we can't rely on it?
OpenAI, what they did is they launched something to the market that was a good test. It wasn't quite ready. Now, Microsoft, although they're investors in OpenAI, and certainly Google and Facebook, have had to scramble and go, well, we can do that too. But Google and Facebook have more to lose. In fact, when Google launched Google Bard, they had a video that explained what it could do. And one of the questions was about the first satellite to view moons outside of the Earth, and it got it wrong. And Google's share price dropped $100 billion in a day. So the risks to Google of getting it wrong are quite high. So is it useful? I think it's an incredible watershed moment what OpenAI have done. It allows people in the room to play with it and test it. It means that we're going to see the edge cases. What is it that works and what doesn't work? And initially, I think you could actually say, how do you create a bomb? And it would tell you. Now it quite confidently says, making a bomb probably isn't a good idea. Here are some numbers to call to get some help about doing that. So is it useful? I think there are lots of better things we could use AI tools on, like curing cancer, climate change, those sorts of things. But at the moment, it's a bit of fun. And I'm sure you've all played with those image generators to make different images of yourself and your friends and those sort of things. What worries me, though, is we're going to see what one writer called the magnet of mediocrity, that everyone's going to be using ChatGPT and all the answers are going to be fairly similar. So how do you then rise above the noise? In fact, I was talking before to one of my colleagues about an example of a law firm that was actually wanting some interns, and 80 out of 100 people that wrote in had used ChatGPT, and all the answers were the same. Apparently they've been told never to apply there ever again. So what worries me is you're going to have all these people using ChatGPT to write awful content, flood the world with awful content, and we're going to go, why have we done this? So I'd like you to play with it. I'd like you to then think of things we could do with it to actually improve humanity.
So it's about understanding the limitations of the technology and really ensuring that we increase creativity, that we don't allow it to stifle it. Because obviously it's trained on data that's previously been produced. It's not itself producing entirely new creations, as it were.
That's the whole point, it's generative, so it has to have had something to work on. So to know that Neil Armstrong's the right answer, it had to read that somewhere. Famously, Getty Images has been suing Stable Diffusion, one of the image recognition companies, because Getty Images, their publicly available stock imagery, has a big Getty watermark. And guess what? When they generated their own version of Abraham Lincoln using that, there was a stretched Getty watermark. And so Getty have said, that's not cool, because you're using our proprietary IP rights in generating something else. So that's a problem as well.
So I guess following on from that, where are you seeing this technology being used already, and what are the trends that you're seeing out there?
Some really cool examples. So if you have to create lots and lots of training videos, you probably go and hire some of the guys in the back with a camera, you'll set up a green screen, you'll have a presenter read things off the auto cue, they'll get it wrong, it'll take half a day. You can now use synthesized video presenters. In fact, in my talks, I get introduced by a synthesized lady who actually introduces me onto the stage. And it's almost there. And one of the other day, there's a company called Synthesia. It's a UK company based out of Oxford and Cambridge graduates. You can upload a photograph, and it will animate your eyes, your lips, and it'll look like you're talking. Now, it's almost there. But there are some really interesting uses like that, where I use the Netflix example, where you've got to mass produce different variations of images and creative that can be useful as well. One of my clients sells DIY products. Rather than going and photographing every single model they have from every single angle, they could use generative AI to replicate that and have synthetic photography. The challenge there is, do I believe that what I'm seeing is a real photograph, or has it been synthesized by AI? And that is going to be an ethical issue as well. Do we disclaim that what you're seeing has been created by an AI model?